I walk the gray line, but at the end of the day that's how I network. I literally go to bad areas and I talk to everybody. I bought beer, I bought food, I bought chicken, I bought burgers. I mean, don't I do crazy stuff? I talk to everybody. I go in the gas station, who you know? Where you live? You like your landlord? You like your landlord? All right, hook me up. You want to like me more? I'll be your landlord. Introduce me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the thing. But that's the thing, because you think about it. You think about it like this. Everybody knows somebody that owns a house, and if you go on your local GIS and you put in whatever addresses, right? And if they own 5 or 10 properties, why aren't you calling them? They're an investor. You know why you're not calling them?
Don't know what to do with them.
No, you're too lazy to learn.
Okay, well, we're here, aren't we?
That's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. Is like, so at the end of the day, that's what my problem was, right? I was trying to learn it, but I was learning all these other things, and I do things that other agents don't do, and it's crazy. Like, I get stuff done that people are like, well, "What are you doing? Like, why are you taking that deal? Why are you doing this?" Because we have the systems and processes, and we know the people, and I learned it at the investor groups. I mean, I spent days and days and days listening to Bigger Pockets podcasts. Just Bigger Pockets podcasts. If y'all haven't listened to those, they're free. I mean, and that's going to teach you a lot. Don't focus, and I would say don't focus on just investors either, because investors, they're pretty wild. Like, at the end of the day, have you an investor or two in your pocket, but focus on your buyers, and then you'll get more listings, right? So, all right. So I went ahead. So I do structure the program so basically where everything's transparent. I'm transparent about everything, and I let people know whenever I'm coming in, is I'm like, hey, this property needs X, Y, Z. We agree that the ARV, like if I'm going to buy it and they're questioning me about listing and about buying, right? All right, so it's going to take us $50,000 to get that number. Do you have $50,000? Can you get the renovations done? How long am I going to be waiting on your ass? A long time, right? And so at the end of the day, is okay, I can get it done, but it's going to cost me some money. It's going to cost me some time. That's where I add my value, where I'm like, hey, I need to get 7 or 8% on the end because of the time, effort, energy, and effort, because it's not just listing. If I walk in the door and I list a property and it's literally like, hey, this is my stuff, sign it, cool, good to go, I'm going to go back and market it, I'll do 5 or 6% all day long. But whenever I put hours and hours and hours in renovation, going and checking on it, going here, going there, doing this, doing that, talking to this person, organizing, or my assistants are doing it, I'm going to charge more because my value is more. My time is worth money. You know what I mean? Because you wouldn't have got it done if you didn't call me. Or you might have got it done, but would it had been here, right? And would it had been this easy? So at the end of the day, it's like you have to know your value and what you're bringing to every deal. And if you don't know your value or what you're bringing to the deal, go ahead and charge 4 or 5%. Look, I just did one yesterday. I told them 8%, and it was my wife's referral. My wife was with me, and and I just kept talking. We walked out. She said, "Why'd you tell them that?" I said, "Because I'll drop it down. I always start high." She's like, "Well, what if they don't use you?" I don't need it. I need it and I want it, but I have the mindset of it's just coming, it's flowing, right? Because I've put in the effort and I have the systems and processes. Sorry, that one was 7%. It was 7% because it was a friend of hers. So I was like, "Oh, well, y'all are friends. I got to do all this. I got to organize this. I'll do it at 7, not at 8 this time." So typically I go at 8. She was like, "Well, I thought most listings were at 6. I said, "Yeah, you're right, but not with me." I put in extra work. I do extra marketing. I do video. I do drone. I do all this stuff. And I'm not trying to be cocky or arrogant, right? But at the end of the day, is everything that I do costs me money too. Every listing costs me about $1,400 to $1,500 to list. Period, right? And so now Well, I drop it down, but my wife was pissed because I have to give her a referral. But the last one I did, she made more off the referral than if she would have listed it herself. She's an agent too, but she don't really do real estate. And so, no, she no, she puts up with me.
But she don't really do real estate.
She put my wife is the sweetest person that anybody that you ever know, right? She's so sweet. She's like, oh, sure, I'll list your house for free. Like, like she just will help anybody do anything. So, but she makes more money by giving me the referral and letting me do it. And so she's got a few, I think I did like 5 for her last year because she realized she hates real estate. She hates all the stuff that comes with it. And I give her anxiety by doing the way I do it. And so it's fun though. So if I transition, right? So if I transition from I'm buying it to I'm listing it, then everything is in my seller net sheet, right? So everything's in my, doing my working with realtors, doing my listing agreement, and then I have it in my net sheet. So if they want to know like the repairs, everything that happens, it's an estimate, right? So but basically the way I do it is so I don't lose clients, right? Because how many have lost a client because they didn't have another option? A few, right? How'd that feel? If y'all had this option, right? Could you have helped them, served them a little better? That's what real estate is about, is finding ways to serve your clients and to help them. It's not always just about making money, but I'm blessed because I'm able to make money on the backside doing what I enjoy doing because it's fun. This is a game. It's like a game to me. You know what I mean? Like now it's a game. It's not, I don't always win. But I've lost clients too. I've lost deals. So then it's just talking about how because everybody's concerned, want to undercut my listing, right? So no, because if we're not able to list it, or if we're able to do something, like if we're able to do a cash offer, then it just gives another option, right? So it alleviates a little bit of fear, and then it makes my values proposition a lot stronger, and it makes me be able to charge a little bit more for my services, right? So it's like going from Dunkin' Donuts riding over to Starbucks, right? I don't know why you pay more for Starbucks for the cup. So it's not a one size fits all tool, right? There's solutions. Basically, distressed properties is the funnest, or whenever they have to go, they just got to go. They got to be somewhere, right? They don't want to wait for the market. They don't want to wait for the MLS. They don't want to wait for us to do it the way they want to do it. This is definitely a backup too. If we list, hey, we can list and see what the market does at 350, right? We know it's not going to sell because it needs all that work in it. But at the end of the day, it's who's going to put it in. So and then we have to leave some meat on the bone for investors. So a lot of times I'll go through those exact numbers with them, and I'm like, look, man, like this is my max, and then they're like, okay, they see it, because who in here likes to work for free? And I ask them, you want to work for free? Because I don't want to work for free. Like I have to make some money, and I have to be able to make some money on the end, right? And everybody else in the between. So, do I know?
Distressed properties, how distressed is too distressed? It needs to be just completely torn down.
I like those too.
Start over.
I tore one down, built a new build, and then now I have a duplex going up. So it all depends. So there again, right? So that's the more you network, and the more you become your area expertise, you're gonna know what each individual property, what they can do with it, right? Because you might be able to go into the worst of the worst areas and buy up 10 houses on that row, and then next thing you know, in 2 years, you tear them all down and you're building $500,000, $600,000 houses. That's happening everywhere. Look at Charlotte, I know a guy that 2002, 2003, he bought up everything for $10,000, $20,000, $30,000. dude is loaded. He turned around and sold them for, he tore some down, redid some, but he's got a lot of properties and they're worth a lot of money now. On average, 700,000-800,000 in that area. So it's either a deal or it's not a deal. There's no too bad. There's no, I've been in houses where there was one that it was like a skate rink through the middle of it because the joists had busted. They pulled it all out. We were down to the dirt, put in new joists, put in new floor, painted it, and sold it and made a profit. So you can't look at the house, you got to look at the deal. And so if you don't know the numbers, so what I would kind of challenge everybody is if you don't know the numbers, call a local handyman, call a contractor. Hey, like, can you help me out with this? Like, can you have them walk the property? The only reason I know that it's going to cost me $50,000 to renovate this now is an estimate, and I might be a few up or down, right? I'm never going to be right on, but I know by going in and walking a property what things cost, and I mathed it out, right? I know how much does it cost to paint a whole 1,500 square foot house?
Too much nowadays. I had someone charge me $11,000 just to paint my basement.
Yeah,
They
so.
tried to charge me that. I got it done for half that,
But you see what I'm saying? So like those are the types of experiences that kind of, they stick with us, right? So I know for me, I can get a whole house done, all walls, for around $6,000 or $7,000, right? I know that the flooring is going to cost me $6,000 to $8,000 depending on the quality flooring. And that's with my regular guy, right? But at the end of the day is that I know that there's certain things that add up. There's a roof I don't know what pitches are. I don't know, I don't know all that crap. I know it's between 10 and 12. Shoot, they just quoted me like $14,000 for my house. And I'm just like, man, this is stupid. Like, burn it down. Right? You know what I mean? And so at the end of the day, everything costs different. So learning, that's just a whole nother thing to learn. Do what?
How many months do you calculate the holding period for?
You want to be out of it in less than a year because the most hard money. Do y'all have hard money? Do y'all know hard money? Everybody knows what hard money is.